Hi, welcome back, and today is the final day of that walkaway dress. I finally got the bias tape in from Hobby Lobby, and so I'm going to have a positive attitude and I'm going to finish this dress. Might not like it, but I'm finishing it. So what we have left to do is put the hem in it and put the ties or the buttons or whatever I'm going to use to fasten the back and the front, and the bias tape. So it shouldn't take me very long. I questioned myself, but I'm going to get it done. And I have a foot that I've tried to use to do the rolled hems, and it never works very well. And my cousin Pam, hi Pam, sent me a little video that she saw on how to do a rolled hem with a little piece of cardboard. So we're going to see if it works. Not everything you see on the internet is right, but let's try it. So I cut me a piece about 1 inch. It's a file folder, just a thin piece of cardboard, and then I'm folding it over in 1/4 inch increments there. And then I put a piece of double-sided tape so it would stay on my machine. So I'm guessing I want that fold to line up with the needle. That's always a good thing. Make sure I got my material the right way. And I have these cute little, they're for when I do jewelry. It's kind of looked like the tool that they use, so we shall see. And they laid it in here. And then they folded it over twice. And I'm not at the right place. Regroup. I don't know if that's right either. Let's try a few stitches. Ready? It is not working. Dang it. It worked for just a little bit and then it quit flipping that second round. I wonder if I need to hold it a little tighter. I don't think it's going that second curve. Just done one curve. Didn't work. That only folded it once. Maybe I need to do this 3 times. Let's try that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to undo part of that hem, huh? Worry about that later. No, that's not going to work. I'm just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. got the 1/4 inch sewn to 7 miles of the skirt, and now I'm going to fold that over and sew it again. You could take it to the ironing board and do it, but I think it's just as quick to just sew it. So let's go. Well, that took forever. Now it's time to do the binding. Drink your water. Okay, so I'm going to do the neck first. So I've got it all pinned here. And they're telling me to overlap it and to end the bias tape, but I think I'm going to try to do it like you do a quilt. So I'll show you that when we get there. So I'm going to start. You pin the bias tape, the narrower edge. After you unfold it, there's a longer edge and a narrower edge. And you pin it to the right side of your fabric, and we're going to sew in the ditch there. I'm going to probably start about 5 or 6 inches from the end of it. So I'll have enough room to make my adjustment at the end. Okay, so I have my bias tape all around the neckline, and now I'm going to show you how to join, or how I join, the bias tape together. So when you lay it out here, you're going to want your bias tape to go past each other the width of your bias tape. This bias tape is 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 wide. So I'm going to make them overlap 1 3/4 inches, and then I'll cut that end off. And then I'll take my left side and I'm going to unfold it and try to make it kind of flat and with your right side up. And then you're going to take your other side and you're going to put the right side together with it to make an angle here. You want it like an L. I don't know if you can see that. And I always kind of forget, so I have to think about it a minute. Put a pin in it there. And a pin in it here. And you're going to sew down this line from your left corner to your bottom right corner. And when you undo that, it should be right. So I always double check by trying to put the bias tape on the edges to make sure it's all going to be right and not twisted, because I have known to twist it before. But that's going to be right. So now I'll take it to the sewing machine and I'll sew from my left top corner to my right bottom corner. Now you're going to encase your seams inside this bias tape by just folding it to the back. You're going to go all the way around and encase that seam. If you have a bulk part like at the shoulders, you just trim that up. Now we're going to take it back to the sewing machine And this back piece should be a little bit past your front, the bias tape. That's why they make it longer, and you should be able to stitch right in the edge of that or in the ditch part of it, and it should come out good. We shall see if it works. Really doesn't feel like it's going to be long enough. I'm not sure about this bias tape. I'm going to stick a straight pin right at the ditch part and see if I'm hitting the bias tape on the back. Just barely, so we're going to try it. Well, I have all the bias tape pinned and ready to sew on. Yards and yards. It did take almost all of 3 packets. I have that much left out of 3 packets. It's a lot of bias tape. So I'm going to sew it together now. Finally got it all sewed on. Now for the little clasp in the back. I decided to do this instead of the loop or the snaps because I think it'd just be easier. We'll see. Look, I found these sew-on snaps. A whopping 13 cents. I wonder what that year was. From Penny's. That's when it used to be downtown. These are more than likely from my mother-in-law. I don't see a date, but anyway, I'm going to use 3 of these on the front. I think 3 will work. I don't know, I may have to use all 4. I'll line them up and see. Well, this has got to be the most god-awful top ever. I mean, I took it back down to a size 22 bust, which is several inches smaller, and it's still just so big through there. I had to put pins in here because it was still just hanging. and it made the waistband go clear down to here, so I didn't like that. So yeah, I'm not thinking it is my dress, but I won't let the material go to waste because I will keep this skirt, and I will take that off of it, and I will probably make it have pockets and just have me a pretty blue skirt that I can wear with a different top, because this is terrible. Terrible. Anyway, I did it, and it wasn't a 4-hour dress for sure, and I don't see how anyone could do it in 4 hours unless they were exact measurements. Anyway, done. And if you want this pattern, I will give it to you for free.